This is News with the Disney Dude. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel for more content, and please hit that thumbs up if you like the video. Here now's the news for Friday, May 15th of 2026. 4 years later. Okay, think about this. 4 years. It has been 4 years. 4 years later, Woody's Lunchbox construction is officially completed at Toy Story Land in Disney's Hollywood Studios. It took them 4 years. 4 long years to complete this thing. All right. It took them as long as Disney animators to make a Disney animated feature. Okay, usually the production of an animated film takes about 3 to 4 years. Okay, this project took 4 years to do. Why it took 4 years, I have no idea. I have no idea. Okay, that's, but, again, this was, this was under Bob Chapek's regime, Toy Story Land. So, Toy Story Land doesn't have a lot of shade, or didn't have a lot of shade. The seating was extremely limited, because that was the regime. That was the regime. The regime was, let's only build what we have to, and not spend any more money than we have to. Okay, which that says a lot about Bob Chapek's regime. Okay, because it wasn't only this project. Guardians of the Galaxy, Cosmic Rewind, The Q is another one where it's they didn't build enough of the outdoor of an outdoor queue. So and a lot of other locations, they didn't build a lot of indoor queue space. So I am glad that they're trying to figure this out. They're finally fixing this, because here in Florida, especially this time of year, it's brutal. It is very brutal outside. So, not only the heat, but the rain and all of the other elements. So I'm glad that they're finally fixing these problems. But man, 4 years. It took them 4 years to complete this, this shaded structure for Woody's Lunchbox. That is outrageous. That is dumb. Disney Parks shares first look at Scooter and Electric Mayhem for Rock and Roller Coaster starring the Muppets. So, for those that don't know, Scooter and the Penguins are audio animatronics. The Electric Mayhem and Kermit and Miss Piggy are all on screens. Disney has shared a first look at that. So go over and give that video a watch. My assumption is, though, that this ride is going to fall flat. It's going to fall flat, but I'm going to save that for the honest review. But, go check out the sneak peek to the pre-show for the new Muppets Rock and Roller Coaster. 4th ferry boat for Magic Kingdom is now under construction at Walt Disney World. So, Walt Disney World is anticipating extremely high, busy summer crowds. So they're trying to get more of these of the transportation boats ready for to take people to and from the Magic Kingdom, which is, absolutely, I support that idea. That's great. Because the monorails only hold so many people. They only hold so many people. The boats hold a ton more of people. The only problem is with the boat is there's no air conditioning. It's all outside. So that's the bad thing about the boats. But, if the monorail line is backed up, go, you can go ride the boat, because the boats carry so much more people than the monorails do. But if you're looking for a air conditioned space, then you're stuck with the monorail. Tower of Terror exterior refurbishment work continues at Disney's Hollywood Studios. What they're doing, I have no idea. But it's probably just general maintenance, just, making sure things look up to snuff, up to par. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. I don't ride Tower of Terror, so that's it. So I don't know. But hopefully this is just for general maintenance and keeping things up to date. Walt Disney World expands water park transportation options at select resorts. Again, this is, great. People that, want to take a day off from the parks and go to the water parks instead. Again, I fully support that idea. So that'll be great to expand those transportation options to the water parks. Sam Eagle distinctively patriotic mug arrives at Walt Disney World for 250th birthday for America. I haven't got to see this mug in person yet, but I have seen pictures. It looks nice. It looks good. I don't know if it's something that I have to buy, but it's of course, when you think of when you think of Sam Eagle, you think of patriotic and America, and of course he's always on the patriotic stuff, the merchandise. So I think that's great. That's fantastic. Early character greetings begin for Cool Kids Summer at Epcot. So I assume this is for the hotel guests staying on site for early entry. But I always check the My Disney Experience app for the complete information on when and where the characters are going to be at. But as far as I know, this is just for early park entry for hotel guests. Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind introduces new crowd control, new crowd control after pre-show. They have now roped off different parts of the pre-show, so people. I assume that the standby line uses one side, the lightning lane uses the other side. Which look, I really wish that they would do something like Universal does, where it's please stay in your row, and because it's a much smoother transition that way. I understand it's a roller coaster, so you can't really do that, but getting out of that Guardians of the Galaxy pre-show, the second pre-show is abysmal. It is abysmal, because people they just charge, they just go full on charge through. So I am glad that Disney's trying to, trying to, alleviate some of that pressure. Who knows if this is going to work or not? We're not quite into the summer tourist season yet. So once we hit once we hit Memorial Day, and then after Memorial Day until September, it's going to be interesting to see how this is implemented, because that is really, really, really horrible, trying to get out of that second Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind pre-show, because then everybody just rushes through the doors and pushes people out of the way. So again, I'm glad that Disney's trying their best to kind of, control this, but, man, if this doesn't work, something has to change. Something has to change. You have to put up more, permanent stanchions or something, because, if that doesn't work, then something has to change. Something has to change. So I hope that Disney figures that out, because, man, it is an absolute nightmare to get out of that second pre-show before you board your vehicles. So I hope that Disney figures that out, because right now, before they had the stanchions, that wasn't working. That wasn't working. So again, I assume they're going to have a separate lines for standby and lightning lane, but I don't know. I don't ride Cosmic Rewind. I can't. That ride makes me ill, so I can't ride it. So if any of you that go to Epcot and experience this over the summer, please let me know how this works out, because I'm going to be interested. I'm going to be interested to see if this works or not. And if it doesn't work, then I think Disney is definitely going to have to try something else. So, but if any of you viewers are watching this and you're an avid park goer, please let me know. Please comment on this video or anywhere else, because I'm interested. I'm gonna be very interested to know if this works or not. Toy Story 5 banners have been installed in Hollywood studios just outside of Toy Story Land. Again, I don't know how I feel about these. My assumption would be that you should have put these in the actual land instead of just outside of the land. But I don't know. I haven't seen them yet, so I can't really say if it's bad or not. But I mean, I would have put them actually inside the land, on the lampposts. But that's just me. I don't know. Again, I haven't seen them yet, so I can't really hold off judgment until after I see them. But I mean, I would have put them actually inside the land on the lampposts, but that's just me. But I'm gonna have to wait and see. I'm gonna have to wait and see and see how these look from the park. Because the pictures only do so much. So I'll keep you posted on that. And our last story is Joffrey's kiosks in Epcot have added screens and windows for bee protection. So you may remember that, was it last year or the year before, Epcot had a ton a ton of bees in right by that area. Disney was, so under-equipped to deal with that. It seems that they are now trying to alleviate that problem. They're trying to fix that problem. And so I hope it works this time. Only time's gonna tell. But, knock on wood that, that this fixes the problem. Because that was a nightmare. That was a nightmare for park guests and cast members, to have a bee problem at the park. So I hope this fixes the problem. But we're just gonna time will tell. But I hope that they fix this problem, because man, that's not enjoyable. That is not enjoyable for anybody. So but there you are. There is your news for this week. Just a quick plug. I did go to Hollywood Studios yesterday. I did film. I wanted to check in on the Sorcerer's Hat at the Magic of Disney Animation. So that is on my blogging channel, Blogging with the Disney Dude. So if you would like, please go check that out. It's not a super long video. I didn't have that much time to blog because I was meeting people at Epcot for dinner, so I couldn't blog for very long. But if you would like, and if you would please go over and check out that video. Please like that video, subscribe to that channel for more of my blogging content, and please like this video and subscribe to this channel so you never stay, so you're always up to date on the latest Walt Disney World Resort news. Until then, I will see you right back here on Monday for Monday's news show. Until then, y'all keep each other safe and healthy, and remember that tomorrow is just a dream away.